Hello everyone and welcome to Tailored Acres. I'm Taylor and I am a home gardener in Wisconsin Zone 4B. And today I'm going to show you how I planted my Ranunculus and Sweet William, which are both cool flowers and handle low temperatures quite easily. I'm going to start with planting my Ranunculus, and I started these from corms inside in the middle of February, and I do have a separate video for that if you're interested in how I got mine started. Once these sprouted in my basement, I had been growing them on under my grow lights in my grow room, and you can see that they are a little bit root bound, which isn't ideal, but this is really my only option to grow these here in Wisconsin. So we're gonna see if we can get flowers out of them this year. Hopefully. So I do start everything with the Biotone starter fertilizer. I feel like it makes a big difference, but it's definitely not a totally necessary step, but you also want to ensure that you are providing nutrients for your plants. I am planting these out about 4 weeks before my last frost. And as I mentioned earlier, they are cold hardy. Anything above 25 degrees, they will survive, but anything under about 32, it's probably a good idea to cover them. And as you'll see here in a little bit, I will be covering mine with some leaves that were here. Unfortunately, it's been super windy, so I've been having to reapply them, but it's a nice free method to cover my Ranunculus. Ranunculus thrive in temperatures between 55 and 60 degrees, and I'm really hoping that I can get some blooms out of them because this has been a big time investment for me this year. Next up is the Sweet William. These are the sweet pink variety from Johnny's, and I did not get good germination on them, unfortunately, and the seedlings look pretty scraggly too, so I'm not quite sure what I did wrong there. I'm sure a multitude of things. It's always a learning process. So I think that these are going to be a lot happier once they get in the ground here. So this one actually had 2 seedlings in it, and I'm just going to gently separate them. The root system wasn't extensive on this, and a week later these are doing just fine in the ground here. Sweet William are very cold hardy as well. A lot of them are perennials, even in 4B up here. So I will be still trying to cover these if it gets too cold, but I'm not going to worry about them too much. I think that they'll be just fine here once they get tucked in. I'm also going to keep these well watered, especially after I transplant them, to give them the best head start that they can. So these are also going out about 4 weeks before my last frost date. This Amazon series that I'm planting is an annual type, but it does not require a cold period. So it will still give you blooms even if it doesn't go through that cold period like a lot of other Sweet Williams require, which is why a lot of them are biannuals. I'm really hoping that these take off once they're in the ground here, and I can get some early spring blooms from these. We'll see. They do have days to bloom as 105 to 140, which is quite a long time, but these were started early inside, and transplanting them in the spring here to meet their optimum growing conditions hopefully will help that out a little bit too. I did have issues getting these out of the trays, and my hori knife worked really well to weasel them out of there. So definitely not getting this type of tray again, because that was impossible to get them out almost. It felt great to get out planting today, and I hope you enjoyed following along. Happy planting and take care.